In today's video, we're going to be turning those squares from the last video into a sort of tank top situation. So there are going to be a few tank tops that I'm going to be making in the future because I've been making a few different kinds of squares for them. And in one of them, let's see if I get all of this in. I was doing something like this, and then this, and then I had another set here with like a, scoot this back up. I had another set here with the idea of doing a half one here, so it's flat at the bottom, like flat. But then when I was doing it, I was like, this is really cute, with the idea of maybe doing fringe or just leaving it to give you more of kind of a mix between a bralette and a tank top. So I figured this is what I'm doing. So I'm going to do my absolute best to explain this, but it's going to be a bit difficult. So you're going to start off here, and I'm going to just show you the way we're going to crochet first. So we're going to start here, and you're going to crochet along here, and then crochet along here, and then you're going to flip it. You're going to crochet along here while connecting along the way. You're going to crochet along here and here. Here. And then here while connecting to here along the way. Crochet along here. And then crochet along here while connecting to here. 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 And then here. As you connect back to here, and that's when you will go along the entire edge. Alright, yes, so sorry, I confused myself. So yes, once you get done here, you'll go along the edge to your starting point over here and finish it off, and then you will add the strings, which we'll get to later. And that was just to kind of show you how that's going to look when we crochet it. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on that. And just like in the last video, I'm using a 5mm hook and either Lily Sugar and Cream or Peaches and Cream yarn. I honestly don't know which one at this point because they are not labeled, but they're virtually the same. I'm just going to create a slip knot. In the corner, chain 3 for one of your double crochets, and then do 2 more double crochets in that same spot. And then you're going to do a set of double crochets in each of these until you get here. And then I'll meet you here. Actually, since it will be around this first corner, I'm going to go ahead and just do double crochets, just like a regular granny square stitch around this until we get here, and then I'll meet you here to show you how we're going to do this part to turn and connect. So I will be right back. Wait, so I lied a little bit. I didn't just go down this side and this side. I went ahead and went down this side too because it's just a straight way. And then once you get over here, I'm gonna scoot all this out of the way. You are going to just chain 2. Turn these together. And then just do a double crochet into this corner. And then do 2 more double crochets. pull that loop out, go through here, pull this through. Actually, since this yarn is kind of thick and bulky, I'm going to do a chain and then I'm going to pull this through. And then I'm going to chain. Yeah. Or sorry, slip stitch and then chain. And then I'm going to show you that again so it makes more sense. I'm going to do 3 double crochets into this spot. I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to go into that next spot, pull this through, slip stitch, chain, and do 3 double crochets. And if your yarn isn't as like dense or thick as the one I'm using, you can skip the chains and just do the slip stitches to attach them if you want there not to be so much space. But since this whole project is a little on the holy side, I'm doing that just to kind of keep everything coherent, cohesive, similar. And I'm gonna just go down this line and just keep doing the same thing. And then we are on a corner, so you're just gonna do the same as before. You're gonna chain 1, go through here, slip stitch, and then chain 1, and then do your other set of 3 in that same spot. And then you have your connected spot. Once you block it, it'll be a little less of a mess. Right. And then, so I'm gonna go ahead and just finish crocheting here, here, and here. And then I'll stop here and show you the same way again how to attach here. So you're just gonna single crochet, or sorry, not single crochet, just do the basic granny stitch around until you get here, and I'll meet you back there. Okay, so I can't exactly remember where we left off, and I could look at the last clip, but I don't really want to, so I'm just gonna wing it. I'm assuming this is close enough to where we left off, but I've moved my project and done some stuff on this table since then, so I could be going back a few loops, I don't know. But it looks like I need to finish off 1 more double crochet on here. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this so that I can do that. and I'm going to chain one, and I'm going to go in between these two right here, slip stitch, and then I'm going to chain one. And also, if you hear any noises in the background, it is currently the 4th of July, so that will either be fireworks or my boyfriend watching Independence Day in the living room. I'm going to go ahead and do a double crochet into this corner. Just go ahead and do 3. And then you're going to chain 1, and then into this first spot right here, pull through and slip stitch, and then chain 1, and then another set of double crochets into the next empty spot. Chain 1, go into this next spot, pull through, slip stitch, chain 1, and then we're going to keep going like that back and forth until we get to the end. And I'm going to speed through it, but I'm still going to show it on here so you can watch and slow it down within YouTube settings if you would like. So you'll chain 1, go into the corner, slip stitch, chain 1, and we're just going to go straight down this row here, and then I'll meet you here at the end to pick up on this side. Okay, so I went ahead and finished doing this row, and I'm here at the end. So I'm going to go ahead and chain 2, and then I'm going to be turning my work so I can access it. I'm going to be bringing this over here, and then I'm going to be doing a set of 3 in this corner right here. Chain 1, go into this first empty spot, pull this through, slip stitch, and then chain 1. And then again, you're just going to repeat that all the way down, and I'm going to be showing this on camera, but just speeding through it, so again, you can just slow it down using these settings within YouTube. So we are on the last set of 3 right here. Chain 1, and then this time I'm going to go in this loop right here, slip stitch, chain 1, and then right back into that same spot we were working in, because we just got done doing here. So now you're just going to go all the way around this, just as you would regularly, and then I'll meet you back here to attach the next square, which is going to be attached here. Sorry, it's going to be attached here. I confused myself. So you're going to go all the way around, and I'll meet you here to attach this next square. Alright, so I have finished off the last one. I'm going to chain 2, go in here, and then chain 1, or sorry, then you'll chain 2. I'm trying to get this to lay where you'll see what's going on. And then we're going straight over to the next corner. And it's going to be the same as all the rest. You're going to do 3 double crochets. Chain 1. And I'm going to go ahead and go through the rest and finish it all up. Alright, and we are in the corner now. So I'm going to finish up this set of 3. Slip stitch, go into the other corner, or sorry, chain 1, slip stitch, chain 1, and then back into that same corner, and do 3 crochets, or 3 double crochets. just going to crochet as regular around until you get to here. And when we get here, I will meet back up with you to show you how to connect these corners so we can continue with the rest of the project. Alright, so we have gone all the way around this square. And I have this one last spot to put a set of 3 double crochets. And then from there, you're going to chain 1. And then in this corner, instead of going in a loop, like in here, to finish off this corner here, you want to kind of combine all of them. So you're going to go in here. There should be kind of a spot to go in. If there's not, you can just put it through the middle here. And then from there, you'll take that loop, you'll pull that through, and then you'll slip stitch, and then chain 1. Turn the work, and then just right into that next spot, you'll be able to do your next set of 3 double crochets. And that creates the corner. That looks just like the corners we did over here when we were going around this way. And then from here, you will just continue off as normal all the way up to here, which is where we started in the very beginning before we started attaching anything. And then when we get here, I'll meet you there to show you how we're going to finish this off. Alright, so we have gotten to our last spot. We can do our last set of double crochet. And then chain 2. Slip stitch, chain 2, pull out the tail, and cut. And then you have a top. And then if you want the top to be smaller, you could have just started off with 1 row around, and then the one we just did could have been the second one, or you can start off with more rows. It's really whatever size you want it to be. You can also do some half squares of these and put them here, or you can just do regular half gray squares. You could also do some tassels and hang them down, and you cut them to either be even or cut them all the same length so they come down and they're also triangular. It's really whatever you want to do. I'm going to go around and give this a trim, but first, before I do that, I'm going to weave in these ends, and then I'll meet you back here to do the trim. Okay, and I decided instead of doing a trim all the way around, I'm going to do a fringe. I'm not done with it. I'm just putting some stuff on there, and I decided I'm putting it in the loops, and I'm skipping every other loop. And then I'm doing a pattern with the colors, and I'm doing brown, yellow, green, all the way. And then in this bit, I stopped a little ways from the end because in the back we're going to use this to attach it. It'll make sense when we get there. So I went ahead and stopped at the yellow. And on the ones we skip, I'm gonna put white. You can do all white, you can do all yellow, green, you can do just the colors if you want, you can do whatever you want. but I'm gonna do every other one the color and then white in the middle. And I think when I get done it'll look really cute because I feel like that'll kind of proportion out to what the top is. And the way I'm doing that is I just took a piece of string and I kind of like measured it out to the length of this triangle, and I cut it out to be like 2 of that. That way it hangs about that same length. And I'm taking a small crochet hook and I'm sticking it in that loop, pulling that through, pulling these through, and then making sure they're lined up at the end before I pull it, and then I pull it nice and tight. And I'm doing brown, yellow, green, but I'm also skipping the next loop. So the next color will be green. I'm gonna put that on there. Pull that through. Make sure they're lined up at the end and pull it nice and tight. And I'm not gonna leave these all the same length. I'm gonna cut them, and I'm probably gonna cut them in like V shapes to kind of match the top. You can cut it straight across, do whatever you want with it. And I'm gonna keep going through and adding all these, and when I get all of the colors done, I'll come back and show you what that looks like. And I'm gonna go through and add all of the white and then show you what it looks like when it is done, and then also how I cut it. And I'll be right back. Right, so I went ahead and I have all of that done. And again, on both sides, I stopped a little ways from here because again, this is where we're going to be attaching in the back. And then in the corners, where all 4 of them attach, there's kind of a little bit of a spot. You can put one there. And then on this middle piece right here, I didn't actually put it through a loop, I just put it in the middle. And I'm going to put 2 white on either side. So that means that the yellow on either side, I put in the technical first loops on either side of the chain 2 for the corner. And again, you can do the same pattern I'm doing, or you can do all wide or random or whatever you want to do. This is just what I thought would look cute and kind of match this. And I went ahead and I did that all the way around, and now I'm going to go through on the sides of the yellow on the ends and between every single color and do white. And I'll meet you back here when I get done with that to show you what it looks like. Okay, so this part's gonna be a little hard to film because I am having to hold the camera because I have this currently hanging off the edge of my table to have these dangling. I lined up the corners with the edge of my table, and I'm going to measure this part down and cut it, and then use like a similar measurement here, cut it, and then just kind of go diagonally that way, and that's how I'm going to be cutting it. And then I will show you the final results as soon as I get done. Okay, so what I did was I measured it, and I felt like 6 inches was a good amount. So on this middle piece, I measured 6 inches out, I cut it, and then on this piece, I measured 6 inches out and I cut it on this brown one right here. And then I did the same on the very last one. And then I just cut diagonally up to that one. I laid a piece of string across it, just kind of lightly to help guide. And I cut that, and then I cut that. And then I actually folded it in half over it. And then I cut this side, and then I just kind of laid it out and kind of cut any pieces that weren't laying quite right. Once this all gets sorted out, it'll look a little better. Right now, everything's kind of stiff and sticking together. And then any pieces that aren't quite right, I can snip off. But yeah, I think it looks really cute. And now onto the straps. And for the straps, I'm gonna go ahead and do a slip stitch. That's gonna be chain 1, and then I'm gonna chain 30. And that's gonna seem like a lot, but I'm gonna show you why we need 30 at the end. You can do more or less once I show you if you feel like you need more or less. But I'm gonna go ahead, or sorry, not 30, 300. We're gonna chain, or at least I'm gonna chain 300, and I'm gonna show you what to do after we chain 300, because we're gonna chain 300 and we're going to chain one more and use that chain to turn around. So I'm going to go ahead and chain 300, and I'll show you what to do after we get done doing that. Wait, so I just got done chaining 300 stitches, and here is one more, and we're going to skip that one we just did, and we're going to go into the top chain or top stitch of the first one, and we're going to slip stitch, and we're going to slip stitch all the way up. And this part is optional. You can just do a single if you want, but the double, like, or doing the slip stitch does make it, let me show you the other side I already have done, so much more sturdy than this. And you don't have any end to weave in or worry about. You could leave it and then like put some beads on it if you want, but this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and slip stitch up the 300 I have, and then I'll show you how to reattach it on this end, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have come off this, chained 300. Oh, sorry, I got this backwards. I've come off of this, I've chained 300, and I've worked my way back up doing a slip stitch in each spot. Go ahead and pull this back a few. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and work the last couple of spots. And even in the one that's attaching it, you're gonna go in that spot and slip stitch. And then you're gonna go through here, pull up and slip stitch, and then chain 2. And cut off a tail. Pull it out. And that is on there nice and secure, and then you can weave this through. I'm gonna go ahead and weave this one and this one in a little bit, but first I want to show you how I'm going to do the back and why I made them so long. Okay, so now the right side, which would be the front, is now facing down, and here is the back, which I still need to weave this end in. It's not weaved in yet. I'm going to take from this side, I'm going to pull that through this corner. Actually, so I'm going to take it from this side. We're going to pull it down through here. And the same with this one. I'm going to pull that down through there. I'm just making it about the same length. And then with this side crossing over top, which will look something like this. And then we're going to go into the next spots. And then again with the side over top. And then if you don't want to go through so many times, you can also skip every other one as well. but this does add a lot more security having so many through. And then you can keep going like that. Remember this side on top. And then that will give you a nice crisscross on the back, and since it's all goes through quite a bit and it's thick, it should be pretty secure and sturdy. And then you can pull it through as tight as you want. I might make it just a smidge. Well, nah, I think that's good. And then you can tie it off. I'm just going to do a lazy bow. I'm going to weave in the ends here and the one in the back, and I'll be right back. And then with this, you'll be able to tighten the back and have it shaped to you or shaped any way you want, be loose, be tight. And since we blocked the squares initially, and then we added that extra bit around it, attaching them, and then also the strings, I do plan on I'm going to undo the strings in the back and kind of lay them on top of each other and then block them on my thing, but I won't have how this looks blocked in this video because I do need to hurry up and like edit this video to get it ready to post. But I will, when I get done with that, post it on my Instagram, so keep an eye out for that. I should have that posted within a week of the video going up. Yeah, this is the final project, and I think it came out really, really cute and really sturdy. So if you're someone that just wants something a little sturdier, this I feel like will give you that, especially if you use a nice sturdy cotton, because I have some softer cottons, like cotton yarns, like some thinner, softer, looser cotton yarns. But this one I use the Lily Sugar and Cream and the Peaches and Cream, and they have a nice, I mean, once they get wet and you like block them and stuff, they do soften up a bit, but they have a good sturdiness to them, so I think this will work out quite nice, and I think it's really, really cute. And if you make this, or if you make this in different colors or sizes or whatever you do, please tag me. I would absolutely love to see this. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the comment section below. If you would like to ask them in a more private setting, please feel free to reach out to me on Instagram. And again, if you make this, please post it on either Facebook or Instagram and tag me. I would love to see them. And leave a comment in the comment section below letting me know what you would want to see next, any ideas you have for me, or just let me know what you're currently working on. And with all that said, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye.